you to note down important points of the lecture and to write down the homework that I have given to you. Unit number 1, Know Your Computer. The learning outcomes for lesson number 1 are: the students should be able to know about the hardware and to learn different kinds of hardware. Okay, grade 4, all of you have 1 minute and you have to just search the answer in your mind of the question, what is computer? Just think about it. Yes, computer is an electronic machine. Basically, computer is an electronic machine or device that is used for storing and processing data. We enter the data in computer, it processes the data and gives us result in the form of output. Nowadays, computers are used in different fields for different tasks. Question number 2. Okay, we came to know that computer is a machine and it works for data. Now, why we people use computer? What is the purpose of using computer for us? Yes, there are so many purposes. We can use computer for online classes and watching movies, playing games, to do calculations of long numbers, to have communication with our family and friends living far away from us, online shopping. The businessmen use computer in their business for meetings. The doctors are using computers for tests, and the scientists are using computers in their research. Here I have mentioned some of the uses. There are so many uses of computers other than this as well. Now grade 4, basically or on the nature basis, we divide computer into 2 parts, hardware and software. Today we are going to learn about hardware. Hardware comprises of the physical parts of computer that we can see and touch. Now grade 4, this is the main theme, this is the important point of the definition, that the parts that can be seen and touched are hardware. For example, mouse, keyboard and speakers. Can you give me some more examples? Correct, you are. Monitor, CPU, scanner, printer, these all are called hardware as well because we can see and touch them. Now we are moving to different kinds of hardware. We are going to learn about only 3 kinds: processor, primary storage device and secondary storage device. Processor. A processor is an internal hardware device. It is the chip that controls the computer. It is the brain of computer. Now grade 4. See, human body. All the actions of our body are controlled by our brain. Yes, brain gives the signal to the body when the body has to wake up, how the body has to walk, how organs has to work. In the same way, processor is the brain of computer because processor gives all the commands to the computer how to work and how to control. Processor also gives instructions to other parts of computer to perform their functions properly. That's why it is called brain of computer. Processor is found inside the casing of CPU, so it is an internal hardware device. The function of processor is it runs different programs, it makes the calculation of huge numbers, and it sends signals to the other components of computer as well to function in an effective way. Our next hardware device is primary storage device. These devices are usually internal and they are found in the casing of CPU. Their second name is random access memory or RAM. The function of primary storage device is to store the data for a short period of time, means you can say it stores data temporarily. Once the computer is shut down, the memory stored in RAM will be lost. Third type of hardware is secondary storage device. It is also known as read-only memory or ROM. It can be external or internal. The function of secondary storage device is that it stores the data permanently. Whether computer is on or turned off, the memory stored in secondary storage device will be stored properly. The examples of secondary storage device are flash drive, hard disk, and DVDs. Okay, so in today's lesson, we learned basically about the difference between primary and secondary storage devices. Primary storage devices are usually internal. They are known as RAM or random access memory. And third thing is, they store the data temporarily. Whereas secondary storage devices are internal or can be external. They are also known as ROM and they store the memory permanently. Okay, be active grade 4. Grab your sheets and pencil. There is a small written task for you. You have to identify the devices as primary or secondary storage devices. 4 devices are given and you have to classify them. No need to draw the diagrams. You are supposed to just write the name of the devices. I hope everybody has completed the table. Okay, let's check your table with me. CD. Correct you are. CD is secondary storage device because it stores the data permanently. Number 2, RAM. Yes, RAM is random access memory, so it is, good job, primary storage device. Memory card. Correct, it is secondary storage device. Flash drive. Yes, it is secondary storage device. So we have only one primary storage device given here. The learning outcomes for today's lesson were: number 1, to know about hardware. We have learned about hardware. I have given you the example with definition as well. To know about hardware and to learn different kinds of hardware. Grade 4, we have learned about 3 kinds of hardware: processor, primary storage device, and secondary storage device.